What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Monday Night Bitcoin. Cheers. We're filming on Monday morning. I'm going to cheers you with my coffee right now. We cover Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is a new paradigm. Bitcoin is just this thing. It's the new game in town, and the game is no longer rigged, and we're going to come at that from every angle that we can here and hopefully get you excited about it and show how it can be useful in your life. So with that, my name is Brian. Thanks for listening to that kind of long intro. Pass it over to George.
What's up? How's everybody doing? Hope everybody that celebrated Father's Day had a good one. I already got the best dad ever mug, so you'll just have to vie for second place and beyond. Yeah, it's been a wild few months as everyone tries to figure out what's going on in the world, but we are focused on Bitcoin and recognizing that we're ushering in a new era of money, real money that works, that actually stores your value in a way where you don't have to worry about people stealing your value by printing money. So trying to wrap our heads around this idea of exiting the current broken fiat economy and entering and opting into this Bitcoin economy. And Brian, I know you have been out in the field, so to speak, looking for the best ways to do this. So why don't you share a little bit about what you've been experiencing?
Yeah. So this last weekend, I tried buying Bitcoin at a new place called Liberty X, and they sell at these ATMs and they sell at these cashiers. And through that experience, and through just hitting up a couple, cash only restaurants this weekend, I've just been trying to figure out what would it actually look like to live without a bank account. And that sounds weird, right? On the front end, oh, well, that would be super inconvenient. We all use our bank accounts. A lot of money is digital. What are you talking about? That would, ruin a lot of convenience that I have. And possibly I could see it going that way too. I'm a big credit card guy. I'm a big bank guy also, but I've been trying to figure out just what it would look like different than that. And I was realizing that there's already a lot of businesses in this country that are cash only. And why? I used to spot that as an inconvenience. The reason why this, I don't know, you can make whatever judgment you want about me that I'm a credit card guy. I used to walk away from places that are cash only, but I'm trying to, Bitcoin has been causing me to switch my mind a little bit more back to this cash accounting type thing. And so I was hanging out at these places and just watching the interaction between the ATM and the counter and realizing, why do some businesses choose to operate like this? What are they giving up? What are the pros and cons? And so, and doing that has helped me start to think about Bitcoin, because it's like in a little bit, living off Bitcoin is a little bit like living off cash. You do have to kind of find places that use it, or only go to certain websites that use it. Sometimes there's a few more hoops, but every day, that's getting easier and easier. It's getting easier and easier to just live off Bitcoin, kind of the same way that, someone without a bank account or someone choosing to live in the cash economy, could. So that's what I was doing this weekend. I was just kind of out, living life, seeing what it would be like to kind of operate on cash more.
Mm-hmm. So I think when people hear Bitcoin circular economy, obviously there's a reluctance to spend Bitcoin in a lot of circles because we're still in the transition phase. Things are still pretty early and the price is moving quite a bit. So as Bitcoin is seen right now more as, I guess, a potential store of value like gold, right? It's harder to envision spending nuggets of gold to buy your goods and pay for your services. But I think sort of the argument that we're trying to make, and a lot of other Bitcoiners make, is that, why not both? Why can't we have both? Why can't we have it be this idea of gold and this idea of cash combined into one, in a way where the new technology actually allows for it. So that's been a really interesting sort of debate. But what do you think is the best way forward in that conversation? How do you justify championing the circular economy this early?
Yeah, I think because I'm trying to prove out that it can save you money. It can save you fees. It can save you in lots of different ways because of reasons that businesses and people already operate on cash. The reason why I've been hesitant to use cash so far is because I like, taking advantage of the credit card points and taking advantage of the easy money flow. So in that sense, spending cash, I was like, why would you spend cash? Cash is for, when you go to Vegas, or, you know, when you like, why would I go to a taco stand that's cash only when I can just go to the one next spot over? But I think we're going to see this thing happen where businesses are going to realize the inherent benefit that they already realize the inherent benefits of cash, because it saves them fees and saves them a lot of these, you know, visa fees, a lot of these things that they're able to offer lower prices. That the same thing is now going to happen on Bitcoin, with the addition that Bitcoin has a hard cap supply. So because cash only businesses right now still can't escape the inflation tax. So they're already realizing all these benefits of being cash only, but they can't escape the inflation tax. Bitcoin allows them to realize all the benefits they're already realizing, and also escape the inflation tax. So what I've been trying to do, I've been trying to look at all the places where I already spend money per month and see, because I would spend all my money on my credit cards, and then I would hold Bitcoin over here as just savings technology, right? And I would just hold it. And the same way I would my stocks or 401k or anything, which isn't bad. It's a great move. Like, buy Bitcoin and save your Bitcoin. Great move. I'm still doing that. Now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to look at how much money I'm spending on my credit cards, how much money I spend on groceries and just going out to eat, normal day-to-day life, and realizing, can I pull a percentage of that over into the Bitcoin economy? And that's what I'm interested in doing. And as I continue to try and do that more, I'm going to bring the stats, you know, to this show and to Twitter, and try to explain to others how much I'm saving, you know, in visa fees, in, you know, inflation tax, in like a lot of these different things. And so
that's good.
That's my motivation. Like, I've never realized the cost savings of using cash before, but now with Bitcoin, I'm realizing that there are cost savings, and you're cutting out middlemen and you're cutting out fees.
Right. Right. And I mean, that's even before getting into the censorship resistance and permissionlessness of it. But that's all really good. I would also add, you know, one thing that you said over the weekend to me is, I think you said using Bitcoin is so much better than talking about Bitcoin. I think that's brilliant. I think the distinction is really important, because at the end of the day, we have to remember that we are building a new economy, and that requires people participating in this economy. And sure, one way to participate, one way to use Bitcoin is to save it and hold it. Great. But when there's motion in the economy, when the circular flow is happening, then people actually feel like the full benefits of a brand new paradigm where you've replaced the old paradigm. And that's really, if this is a revolution or an evolution, if we are trying to get rid of sort of the corruption in our world that is built on the faulty foundations of fiat, that's a tongue twister. Then we do have to actively exit and inhabit a brand new reality, and that's what I see us really trying to experiment with. So shout out to you and to our friend Steven and Moody, all the people who are helping us experiment. I think it's been a lot of fun. So the whole OC Bitcoin network, that whole meetup, I think we're all in the right headspace. So
yeah. And other meetups can do the same thing, you know, show traffic, you know, go to the same local restaurants, pick a cash restaurant, or it doesn't have to be a cash restaurant, but pick a place and all go there and hit it up routinely together, become friends, like build relationships. And that can be the first merchant that kind of is the tipping point, you know, in your town, in your meetup space.
Yeah. We should call this episode Embodying Bitcoin, like really like taking it out to what Samurai Wallet says, Bitcoin is for the streets.
Bitcoin for the streets. Bitcoin for the streets. Yeah, exactly.
So with that, we do have an exciting rollout of our new website that I want to give you a quick tour of. It's still a work in progress. We're not doing a bunch of fanfare like, hey, new website launch, yay. We're just more kind of just slowly trickling it out, and hopefully it'll be a great resource that you can use and send your friends to who are just getting started with Bitcoin. Check it out.
Yep.
Okay, so a few key things to show you with our fresh paint on this website. Bitcoin is money for the people. So this is live now. Go ahead and visit bitcoinis.com. And the idea here basically is to make this a really easy place for you to send new coiner, free coiner friends. We're going to point them to Monday Night Bitcoin because we are trying to build up Normie Nation and help people feel like there's others like them who are new to the space and trying to stumble their way through all the resources. And as a way to kind of help hold hands through that, we've created the start page, and you can go ahead and send people right to here as well, bitcoinis.com/start. And the idea that we're trying to encourage is that people join the Bitcoin economy. And what we're laying out basically is 7 steps that, again, will continue to evolve and change. But right now, what we've narrowed it down to is step 1, earn and spend Bitcoin. Then consider carrying and wearing Bitcoin with an open dime. Transfer and use it. Learn and grow. Transact and send. Secure and save. Control and verify. And you can see that these last 3 steps are still being built, coming soon. And as we work with more of our partners to make this as easy as possible, that kind of gives you an idea of what we're encouraging. Also want to show you the flashcards. And these are basically just words and phrases that are really common among Bitcoiners, and an easier way to kind of start understanding what these phrases mean. This will help us throughout the website link to certain phrases or words that we want to use, but don't want to make any assumptions. So we're trying to kind of create like a wiki where it's interclickable. But let us know what words are missing. We're trying to make this somewhat open source, crowdsourced. And again, we are just getting started. So would love feedback on there as well. And finally, we have the store that we carry a couple books, Bitcoin is Money book, Inventing Bitcoin, some swag, and preloaded open dimes. This is the part that we are most excited about. Very experimental phase of this, but you can see kind of like the same way that you would go to Best Buy and purchase a USB stick that has different capacities. We are selling these preloaded open dimes that allow people to have physical Bitcoin right off the bat. So you can keep exploring the website a little bit, but just want to give you a quick overview of what you can expect.
All right, so there's the website, bitcoinis.com, and here's where you can come in. So bitcoinis.com/start is, we're making that as our curated list of the best apps, the best exchanges, the best ways to get involved with the Bitcoin economy. And we want to be able to take someone from 0 Bitcoin to like an integral member of the Bitcoin economy through those steps. And so if you can go to bitcoinis/start and kind of let us know what you think of the apps we've chosen, and what do you think about the order of the apps we've chosen. And from there, it'll spring you over to our store. Check out the store, look at some of the hardware and gear that we have for sale there, and let us know, what you think of our curation.
Yeah, and I can tell you right now that this is going to change quite frequently. It's going to be a very dynamic thing, so don't get too attached to it as it is right now. I mean, even just as of this morning, our good friends at Liberty X made a huge announcement about their offering, and we were talking about bumping that to number 2 because that's really exciting. Shout out to Chrissy and his whole team doing an incredible job for Bitcoin adoption.
Incredible job. Like, I didn't even know this was going to happen when I tried out Liberty X like this last weekend. And I went to one of their cashiers and I went to one of their ATMs, and it's a great experience, like truly great experience. Like I've bought Bitcoin from a lot of different places, peer-to-peer, different exchanges, the mainstream exchanges. And like, this was solid, just a really great in your neighborhood option. Like, search your app store for Liberty X and download it, and it just kicks you off right there with the zip code search, and it'll show you what is in their neighborhood. So I love what they're doing. It's very cool. I definitely think it might be coming for that number 2 spot.
Right, but reigning champions at the number 1 spot is going to be full. Just continues to be like the easiest thing that we can recommend to brand new people with no commitment. You can start stacking sats through their app, 20K just for signing up. So Will Reeves, his team, continue to dominate on the rewards front, and a lot of great partners to continue to share with you. But again, as Brian mentioned, we really just want this to be a roadmap that's super easy, that you can send anybody to, and they can follow the steps and be onboarded into Bitcoin in a pretty simple way. So let us know what you think.
Yeah, so a little bit lighter this week. We didn't really go with a news hook this week. Like, we're not looking to clickbait you guys. We're not looking to clickbait. We are going to talk about current events. We've talked about current events a little bit for the past few weeks in a row. But this week, we really wanted to leave you with just Bitcoin is a new paradigm. It's a separate economy. It's not, the world doesn't have to be rigged anymore. Like, there's a lot of dark stuff out there. Like, you don't have to come and see us on Monday nights to know that. You know that. And so, and we're not trying to put lipstick on a pig either. Like, this isn't this perfect magic formula. Bitcoin is not a get rich quick scheme. Like, Bitcoin is not a get rich quick scheme. Bitcoin is a don't get poor slowly scheme. Bitcoin takes a little bit of time to learn how to use it and learn how to integrate it into your life. That's why we talked about our start page, talked about our website. that's what we're here for. We're here to talk about Bitcoin as a new paradigm, Bitcoin as a way for you to stop getting ripped off. That's what I'm talking about here every Monday night.
Yep. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Perfect, guys. See ya.
Hey, if you made it this far, thanks for hanging out with us today. Do all the good stuff. Hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button, hit the bell next to the subscribe button, and leave us a comment. Tell us where you're at in your Bitcoin journey.
Thanks so much for tuning in, and we will see you next week on Monday Night Bitcoin.